Hello, fellow artists. Welcome back to chapter 23. Oh my goodness, it's almost done. We're almost done with this illustration. So, without further ado, let's get started with the background. Let's see. Not that. Like this area over here is actually needed for the gacha version, but for this, for the actual artwork, remember, like for composition, I choose for the character to not be right in the center. So I have her move to this side a little bit, even though it's not going to affect the other files or the other version of her. But when she's in the background, I want her to be a little bit on the side, just like this. Like not completely at the center. I actually want her to be even more on the side. Hmm. Let's see if I can move her over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah, I actually want her to be in that position. Remember the rule of third? We have something like this. So it's not completely at in the middle. So let's start first. I think we should start with the beach because it's going to take quite a while. And as you all know, I can be very, very slow. I think we can steal the multiply layer from Office Lady. Yeah, we can use this. And then we just change the color for blue over there. More reddish over here. Wait, less color. Here. Yep. Okay, let's start. Before I get sidetracked again. So that is for the sand and for the water. Actually, not a lot of people know, but for waves and stuff, like there's actually shadows for the waves. Just make things a lot more pretty. Just like that. And then over here, because it's more sandy. And the white part is mostly just like sea foams and waves. So you see a lot of it like under. A lot of sands under. You know, I'm just gonna like go crazy with this. Let's use a brush that is like given in the like the default brushes. Because all of the current brush I'm using actually, because I don't know where I get it. So it wouldn't be fair for you guys to use the brush, for me to use the brush and you guys can't use it, you know? So I can, it's not really in the brush. Again, it's not the brush, it's your skill. When it comes to illustration. Just that blue here. I will only be using few brushes. And then the there's other brushes that is in here. The gouache. Ah, gouache blender? No. Or what is this? Dry gouache? Oh, dry gouache looks great for sand. Wow. Actually, give me one sec. Dry gouache looks great for sands. Yeah, it does. Look at that sandy feel. Kind of crazy. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Oh, really want to play around with the water. What's this? Right now, I'm trying to get the most rough brush to use, especially for the little waves. This is like a little small waves forming. Then sometimes just add in a little shading or shadow. Just random rocks on the beach. Then even for this, I want the sea foams to not be smooth. So just that, as you can see, it's starting to take form, right? We want something like that. See? Then what over here? Let's see, what is this? Realistic water? Oh, no. Don't need that. I'm just playing around with all the brush they have. And you guys should do the same thing too. Just have fun, you know? This is really your how you shade and how you use color. It's not it sometimes it is the brush, but most of the time it's really you know where to put the color and the value to create different effects. This have another layer of I'm not gonna put all of it in there. Really fun sand. Then the further it gets, the less shading it will get. So mostly just playing on color. Because it's from far away, you can't really see much details, you know? Same concept. Then, then we go gradient, the water. Close it get, the brighter it will be. Let's go back to our brush pen. Do this little waves. R waves, just this type of motion for the sea. I also sometimes I like to add a little contrast to things, so I will keep most of the area really, really clean. And then one part that I choose, I'll go really detail on the texture. So let's pick this one. No, just that, just that one part that I go really, really detail. And then as you can see, my motion really making small marks is water. You don't want these water to look too much like ribbons. No, you want them to be a little bit separated. But then again, I think having that contrast of like really clean area and then it just goes really detail, kind of like this. That's what I'm trying to do over here. Really clean area around the character, but then really busy over here. The area that it's way too empty, I kind of want to fill it in. And I'm using this under India ink. It's like brush pen. Again, nothing fancy, no effect or there's no like, you know, crazy effect. It's just you know where to put things. You put it there, looks good, move on. But then I know like I feel like this is a little bit advanced, but a lot of people learn from observation, so I hope that you learn something from me just going kind of crazy on this background and smoothing it out. Oh, not that. Oh, way too. Because all of this, I can't really teach you unless, like, you have some kind of background already, or for like the non, like more intermediate. This is like almost, you're almost going to advanced territory with this. It's really, how, because when you get the color down and you know where things go, it's just kind of, you know, how you place the texture down and how you um color things. There's nothing special with my technique. It's just that I know where to put certain color so that it looks good. So it's just that no crazy tricks. So far, all I've done is painting. As you can see, for the whole character, I think the crazy trick I tend to use is tone curve, but that's it. Just tone curves, nothing else. I want the sea to be more So we have a nice contrast. I'll do a little bit of shading over that area. So let's go back to our India ink. Just that. And then it should be really nice and bright out there. Really small. You don't want anything that could be considered like busy because it's far away. So just a little bit and then you blend this out. Actually, you know what? Let me get this brush and then I'll just move it over. This husky, go over here, go to my, and then you can drag it upward. If you leave it in like the top part, it will automatically scroll up. I can't really use any of these brushes because I don't know where I downloaded it. So I'm gonna just work with the preset one to prove to you that yes, you can still make beautiful artwork with just preset brush. And the preset work brush for in Clip Studio is actually not bad at all. So we have a bit husky, and that was under India ink. And I want it to lead back to the character, remember? Even in the background, I'm creating composition. I want everything to be focusing on our character, and that's exactly what I will do. Oh, you just you can hear my pen against the. It's kind of like you're shading fur in a way. Like funny enough, fur. So that add a little bit more shading. Really. No, this is how pencil artists or other type of artists can still recreate beautiful painting, even though there's no, digital arts that they use. It's just really how you play with your brush. And I think this is also how why it's important to know the basic, like have some type of experience with normal brushes, traditional brushes. Because I know a lot of folks just started out with digital painting and they haven't really touched like a pencil, which is kind of crazy. Is because for digital painting, it's all from like inspired by this like traditional art first, and then you go to digital painting. Usually, if you make that transition, it's a lot better. But that is again my opinion. Nah, that and I want to keep the sand kind of soft, only at certain texture at certain points. But as you can see, things look pretty good already. Okay, just need to know where, what color, kind of brush stroke you want your piece to have, and voila. Very far away. Coming in. Actually, not at these way will be. Just kind of leave it. Just kind of leave it. Sometimes take your creative liberty and just don't have to follow logic. As long as it looks good, then it looks good. But I'm not feeling this line right here. It just makes it a little bit weird in this area. Like I love this area the most, but I think the direction a little bit a tad odd. So I guess just kind of leave it like that. And then um you just add more waves coming to the sand. Or how one would do it. Even with this same brush, see? Bit husky. And I'll flatten this part out. And let's see if make certain lines that I edited. That it just it's like what's it called? Um, well, it's implied. I like implied lines or implied shading of this being, it's curved all the way out, but these lines shouldn't be. These white lines out here should be really, really small. Why? Because it is far away. The and actually can't even see the like let's see. Okay, maybe it's this area right here. No, that area. Even far away most of them return with the app. It crashed a little bit. I think I know what's going on now. For this area, because it curves and it shouldn't curve, the only thing that's curving is the wave, and that's it. Everything else should be in a straight line. This? Okay. Yeah, definitely help. Back to the little husky. Yep, yep. That's how you do it. I want it to be flat. And not a lot of textured. Wiggle line for the wave around it. Then, sometimes waves kind of goes up and you see a little splash water going up. This back. Okay, that looks good. Want the C, C to be turquoise. Okay, the C is done. Right? Not that difficult. I know I say that, and it is difficult, but because I've done it so much, it's easier for me. If you guys practice, you guys can also do the same thing too. Remember, everything I've drawn in here, I've already done it with oil painting, and that's like the final boss for art because you only have one canvas, and oil painting, it never dries. It has so much things to it. But if you can overcome that, you can overcome anything. But you know what? Might be a little bit too bright. This from afar, too busy. Throwing it down. Overall, quite satisfied with this. So let's work on this area around here. Can we curve this? Goes like that. Okay. Now we do the sky. The sky is even easier. So it's just flat. And usually it goes from dark to bright, to like darker on the top, and not darker, more saturated at the top. Then it goes brighter when it hits the eye level or the horizon line. Now we'll do the cloud. Actually, funny enough, I've spent more time on background drawing in oil painting, but I don't really enjoy background that much. Organic background like this, a lot better because you can really mess up a form when there's no form at all. Like you just need to know